Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family, and today I want to make a cake, but I want to show you how I'm going to do it using my new Vevor mixer. They asked me to review this, and I said I would because I think it's a great machine. It comes with this beautiful stainless steel bowl. The head attachment goes up and down with the push of a button. You've got a display here that you can set your time. You can set your speed with this dial. They also give you the whisk attachment. You have the dough hook. You have the paddle attachment. And what I like about these attachments is, especially like when you're baking a cake, you scrape down the side of the bowl, this does it for you. But they also send you a spatula with it. Best of all, you get this cover so you know when you put your flour in how it poofs everywhere. That'll keep it from doing that. So I'm going to get everything washed up, and then I'm going to be back and I'm going to put this cake together using this beautiful machine. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm going to show you. It sticks to the counter. It has suction on the legs, so it's not easy to move around, which is what you want. You don't want it slipping and sliding when you're using it, okay? So I'm going to turn a little bit so I can see. Okay, so I'm going to raise the head up, okay? Now, this is... I think this is like a, I want to say like a 5 or 6 quart stainless steel bowl. And to this bowl, I am going to start my cake. And I am making a brown sugar caramel pound cake. Doesn't it sound delicious? It is delicious. My oven is preheated to 325 degrees. So I've got 3 sticks of butter, and I'm going to add butter to this nice, beautiful, big bowl. Get all of it off that paper, scrape it. This is a very nice spatula, guys, that they give you. It comes with the mixer, and once it's shipped, it did not take me long to get. There is a discount code that I'm going to give you. It will be in the description box under this video. So when you see the description of the video, click on more. And what that's going to do is open up the description box, and you can scroll down and you'll see the information. Okay, so that's 3 sticks of butter. And I'm going to put it in on the mixer. Now, see, it's got these little pegs. Now, what I want to do is I want to put it in here, and there's a place in here for it to lock into. So I'm going to slip it. I'm going to turn it until it locks. Okay, then I'm going to use my paddle attachment, and you see on this attachment it's got grooves. Just put these grooves onto the little knobs, line it up, slip it up, and twist. And there you go. So you've got a little handle here. Push the little handle, push the head down, let it go, and it locks it into place. Your display light will come on. So there's like a little timer button in the middle. Push it. 60 minutes will come up. So you can use your plus or minus and just hold it in, and it'll change the time on it that you want your butter, your sugar, your flour, to mix. So, and it's on 0 right now, meaning it's turned off. Now, like if it stays dormant for 3 minutes, it will turn off. So I'm going to beat this, and I'm just going to turn this up, and it'll tell you on here that it's mixing. So I'm going to let this mix for just a minute, okay? Then I'm going to open this head back up, and I'm going to add my sugar. I'm having to refer to my video, my recipe. So I'm going to add my sugar, which is 2 cups of brown sugar. Now, you know when you use brown sugar, you pack it. So I'm just gonna, that's 1 and 2 cups of brown sugar. I like these canisters that, not my regular canisters, but this is what I keep large amounts in when, to store them. I buy them in bulk. Then I need 1 cup of white granulated sugar. I'll have those listed in my Amazon store. Okay. Now, we're gonna hold the lever up, push the head down, let go of the lever, it locks in place. We're going to fluff up our brown sugar and our butter. So I'm going to turn it off. Okay, now I need 5 eggs, and I'm going to add them 1 at a time. So what I want to do, is I didn't have it out, is I'm going to put my eggs in this measuring cup. I'm going to let the head down. 1 egg. Watch as I drop this 1 egg. And see, that's all that goes in there. Now we're going to beat him in, and then I'll add the others. Last one. Okay, so we're going to let that mix really well. Okay. I think that's mixed really well. So next I want to add my flour. But what I want to do is I want to mix up my flour, my baking powder, and some salt. I'm going to use 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm going to stir it together in a separate bowl, and that way I know everything is mixed together. Now how much? I need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now when I'm baking, I use what I call table salt. It's fine, and that's what I want. 1 teaspoon. And I'm going to just kind of stir that together so I can get the baking powder and the salt distributed evenly in that flour. Okay. Now I have already measured out 1 cup of milk. Now I've got to do this alternately, so I'm not going to be using this. I'm going to start out slow on my mixer, and I'm going to add a little flour at a time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add my flour in like 3 batches and my milk in 2. You want to start with flour and end with flour. It just makes your batter really smooth. So I've got 1 cup. So I think I'm gonna add half a cup of milk. Okay, let's put in some more flour. We're gonna have this cake in the oven in no time. Now I'm gonna turn it off, and I'm gonna raise this head up, and I'm gonna go around the bowl. Like I said, that is just what it rose above where that paddle attachment reaches. Okay, this is coming out. This is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful cake. So while I've got that open, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my flour in. And I'm gonna let that bake for just a couple of minutes. So while that's beating, I am going to chop up some pecans. Now the recipe calls for 1 cup of chopped pecans. We're just gonna chop some and see if we can get close. To me, nuts and certain things are just an eyeball thing, and nuts is one of them. Now, I think that's going to be plenty. I'm using my sharp knife, and I'm just going to run it through. Last time I made this cake, I did not put the nuts in it. And also, I'm going to put some toffee bits, some Heath chips in it. He loves Heath. I'm gonna reduce this speed, and I am going to drop those nuts right in. Then I'm going to do, I've got an 8-ounce bag, and I'm going to drop those in. And I'm just going to let that stir together, and that's it. It's done. This is a beautiful batter, and this is a beautiful mixer. It mixes this up beautifully. This is like an angel food cake pan. I use it for all kinds of cakes. And I am going to spray it with my non-stick baking spray. This spray. Now, I'm going to remove this. And as I do with any mixer, I'm just going to give this a good turn with my spatula, just to make sure everything is mixed together. Now, so we're going to just pour this out. I think I'm just going to go halfway up the sides of this pan, and I've got it on a sheet pan, as you can see, just in case. Don't take any chances. Now I'm going to put this cake in the oven. Like I said, it's preheated to 325 degrees, and I'm going to bake it hour 15, hour and 20, just see how my oven does. But I'll test it with I keep the small skewers, and I'll test it with that. So when it comes out clean, I'll know my cake is done. So y'all give me a little bit, and I'm going to come back after I get this cake baked and cool a little bit, and I'm going to show it to you, okay? Y'all stay with me. All right, we're going to make the frosting, the glaze for this beautiful cake. Looky there. Isn't that pretty? That came out so nice. I've let it cool, and it's been cooling a while. I wanted it totally cool. Now, over a medium pan, over medium heat, I have got 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And to this sweetened condensed milk, I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. Remember, you pack your brown sugar. This is a 1/2 cup measure, so I'm going to do it twice for a cup. Okay. Now, we're going to bring this up to a boil over medium heat. Then I'm going to reduce the heat, and I'm going to let this simmer 6 to 8 minutes. And then we're going to take it off the heat. We're going to let it cool, but we're going to add some butter and vanilla. Stir that in. We're going to let it cool for about 5 minutes. Then it'll be ready to glaze. This is smelling so good with all that butter and sugar. All right, I'm going to get this going, and I'll be back in a minute. We're going to show you what it looks like, okay? Okay, our brown sugar and condensed milk has been simmering for a few minutes. So I'm going to take it off the heat, and I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter and about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Use a good vanilla. It makes all the difference in the world. And let's stir that together. Look at there. Now, that butter is just going to help make it creamy and smooth and silky. All those words. And also give it that buttery taste. Now, I'm going to let this sit here and cool for about 5 minutes. And then I'll be back, and we're going to drizzle it over this cake. And we're going to have a piece and try it. Y'all stay with me. All right, we've let this cool. It's been cooling for about 5 minutes. We stirred that butter and that vanilla in. Oh my gosh, y'all, it smells so good. Now, we're going to drizzle this while it's still warm over this cake. Look at here. Oh, if you could just smell this and taste it. I hope you're going to try it. And this mixer, I'll put the link to the mixer with a discount code that's available for you. I've enjoyed using it. It's lightweight, and you can see how pretty it is sitting here on the counter. And we're going to, it has a little instruction book with it. Now, this instruction book also has some recipes in it. Be good. Okay. Now, look at this cake. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now this mixer here, like I said, it's lightweight, and it's so easy to use. But look, with this head up, it's locked, so it doesn't just fall down like some of them do. You have to hold that up, put it in place, and it locks it there. So you've got, again, you have your whisk attachment, you have your dough hook, you have your paddle attachment that has the rubber coating on it so it scrapes your bowl. You get a silicone spatula with it, and you get your instruction manual, and it does have a few recipes. And I want to try this cake now for us. Look here. Oh, this is so moist. It's so soft. Look at there. Can you see the inside of that? I'm going to hold that up there so you can see the inside of that cake. Looky there. Here, let's try this. That warm glaze on it. Oh my. I would say when you serve the extra, warm it up and serve it alongside it. So you've got warm glaze to go with the cake. I certainly hope you'll give it a try. And if you do, let me know what you think about it. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I look forward to you being in the kitchen with me. And I've had a good time today, and I certainly hope you have. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you'll know when we put out our next video. See you soon, everybody.